What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 15, Episode 8. Do you remember? Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the video so I can stay in the algorithm of things, okay? I'm going to say this. I am strongly thinking about giving up these episodes, but I will not. This is another season of the women piling on Amanda. I know she's not liked. I know she's annoying. She is. But what they've done on Potomac is what they're doing now. They're just trying to make it seem like they're trying to course correct Amanda, when in reality they're trying to sun her. That's all. Like, I just don't see it for none of these women. I don't. So the episode picks up with Dorit asking Amanda if she was verbally accosted. And if I was Amanda, I would have wore my white woman. I would have weaponized my white woman's hair suit. Hell yeah, I was verbally accosted. And what? Dorit was pissing me off. So Dorit, she's still talking about, Dorit's still on bullshit at this point. She said she was hurt and she was disappointed. And I'm like, by what, Dorit? By what exactly? Make that make sense to me, okay? Amanda, she was disappointed that Amanda would say things behind her back. Amanda said to Dorit, you could have just asked me, but you came at me with strong accusations. Again, what she said, they have turned it messy. So Dorit now wants a problem with Amanda. I don't understand. So Amanda informed her that day, that was the anniversary of my son. She said, but you kept on talking. Amanda said, only thing I did was agree with Kyle. Kyle was the one who brought it up, but Amanda did agree with her. And production flashed back about the conversation she had with Dorit. Dorit tells, what's her name? Amanda, having an opinion with Kyle is one thing, but having an opinion all on her own is another. Dorit, she didn't have an opinion. She strongly agreed and simply asked the question. And I felt like that question was more on your behalf, because what have you been doing for the last 3 to 4 seasons besides talking about PK? Not a whole ass thing, because all you've been doing is talking about PK. Like, you are really going out of your way to make PK look like a terrible father. You don't have to do all of that if that's the truth. Anyway, Amanda said she only agreed with Kyle. I just said that. I'm sorry, y'all. Dorit asked, what did she agree with? Again, you're trying to make fetch happen with whatever it is that you got. Like, it's so annoying to me. So, I'm sorry, y'all. So Dorit asked Amanda, what did you agree on Kyle with? So Amanda said about you speaking on PK and how hard it could be for you, like for your case, for your divorce. Like, that's it. So Dorit said she would deal with Kyle. I would deal with Kyle separately. And she thinks Kyle is trying to color Amanda's image of me. No, she is not. I don't even like Kyle like that. But that's not what she's doing. Every time we see you, you are constantly. There is never a day that goes by that you're not talking about PK, how Kyle is taking up for PK, how PK isn't showing up. Like, you're creating this on your own. But the people around you won't tell you that. They'll just coddle you and make you feel like you're being a victim. When after all of these years, you should have just you can pick yourself back up. You need a therapist at this point, because it's taking everything you got to actually get up and fight, really fight. You feel like throwing him under the bus, giving him all of this grief and gripe and all of that is going to help your situation, and it's just not. It's just not. I don't think so. I think in order for Dorit to win, you're gonna have to get you the help that you need, get your finances in order, and not buy you a little Birkin bag. It's crazy to me. It is crazy how you're showing up, and every time we see you, you're angrier and angrier, and you're defensive, depending on who the person is, which was talked about in this episode. So Dorit said Kyle is talking to Amanda about what she's doing. Dorit, you'll talk to any and everybody who will listen to you as it relates to PK. Even meeting up with Mauricio. Why? So anyway, Kyle said the things Dorit is saying about PK is going to get back to him. She said that. And yeah, I feel like I'm going to talk for me. I gave Kyle pushback because I did not feel like she was being, I still don't think you have Dorit back like that, because your team, whomever Mauricio is on at this point, and it's Team PK. So Dorit is defensive. She doesn't listen, and she is hell-bent on not listening. I believe that. So Rachel pipes up, and she pissed me off because she was like, it's hard not being able to speak up for yourself. Rachel, was you here last year? Because that's all Dorit was doing. She was lashing out, which is carrying on to this season. Very much lashing out. I need you to get your head out of your ass over whatever it is you got going on, because right now you are projecting. So all Dorit want is for people to rally around her, take up for her while she's in her bullshit, tell her that, oh no, you're always right and PK is always wrong. Like, I feel like there is something really weird and wrong about that. Like, I'm not taking up for PK. What I'm saying is Dorit is more invested in what people thinks about her and how their image of her should be, and how she should look as a mother to other people, instead of growing the fuck up. Like, that's where I'm at with it. So Kyle said Kyle made a good point. Dorit is, for me, I feel like, in my opinion, Dorit is being the victim. Like, she's been going through this, again, for at least 3 to 4 years. And she's still talking bad about PK. And I do feel like Dorit needs to grow the hell up. So Erica thinks that Kyle shouldn't speak on it. And Erica, I think you need to shut the hell up. While you have a point, let's be all the way clear. You're only here for Kyle because of who she is, and you'll try to stay connected by any means necessary. But I get it. Kyle shouldn't speak on it. But why not? If Dorit is going to constantly speak on it, the problem I have with everybody is nobody's telling Dorit to shut up about it. She's going to constantly bring it up, because that is what she does. So Amanda says she's not used to this communication style. Of course, Amanda is a therapist. And I think that Amanda being a therapist, having a therapist in a lot of your groups is good, and sometimes it's not, because you can be psychoanalyzed by Mimi. So Bose always thinks this bitch always thinks she's smarter than an average bear. Okay, she said to Amanda, you can't be in charge of how people respond. Yes, she could. She said that's the adult thing to do. I may not be in charge of what you're saying, but I'm damn sure in charge of how the fuck you're going to speak to me. And I feel like that was Bose being in her administrative bag trying to sun Amanda in a way that trying to sun her in a way that Amanda would understand. Like, you can't tell us how to respond to you when you say something to us. Oh, yes, I can. So Amanda said, and I'm with Amanda, she said, you don't, have you ever, so you don't get to, you don't set boundaries with the people that's around you, or can't speak for you. So Bose decided she wanted to play in Amanda's face, and she said, how am I going to enforce that? Bose, you sound crazy. Because if you don't like how a person is speaking to you, you're going to clearly tell them, hey, I'm not speaking to you in that manner. Please don't speak to me like that. And if you can't talk with some sense, this conversation is over. And that's what I felt like, that's what Amanda was saying. So Bose said you can't walk around the planet thinking everybody is going to agree with her. She didn't say that. She didn't say that. She's talking about people's communication style and how instead of just like having some damn sense and actually just having a conversation where everybody's emotions are controlled. No. That's all she's talking about. Basically, people in this group need to control their emotions. So Amanda said in her 40 years, she's never left a dinner party crying. Dorit said, I thought you were in a cult. Dorit, what does that have to do with the conversation y'all having now? You are now trying to go out of your way to be cruel to this lady. And if Amanda cussed you out, then, and they say something, then I would have to repeat Bose and said, you can't be in charge of how people respond. After I called you a bitch for playing with me. Like, now you playing with me. So anyway, Dorit said, I thought you, no, I'm sorry, y'all. At this point, Dorit is being an asshole because she's mad. She's mad that Kyle is right. I don't care what nobody say. Kyle was right. Dorit wants everybody. I feel like Dorit wants everybody, and I said it earlier, to rally all around her with her foolishness. Like, Dorit has no control over her emotions, which is why she feel like she can lash out to any and everybody, except for certain people. Because you don't lash out at Bose at all. So anyway, Dorit, I just feel like Dorit needs to be on somebody's couch and think about, before she even think about writing that damn book. Anyway, Bose wants a moment again, and it shows. She tells Amanda her expectations of not having confrontation in a way that she don't like is unrealistic. And Erica froggy throat ass talking about some, yeah, that's true. Okay, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? So you know what? At this point, I will give them confrontation that they want. If it's a screaming match and a cussing match that y'all want, I'm going to give y'all that. But what you cannot do is tell me I'm aggressive. I'm being aggressive. Because you just said that the calmness that I'm used to, I'm not able to get that. And it's just the fact that y'all don't want to give it to her. Because y'all want to give her a hard time. Which is why it's pissing me off. And which is why I'm going to take up for her in this entirety. Anyway, Bose tells her you need to understand that and accept it. So basically what Bose said is, bitch, you need to let us son you, a little girl you, and you need to take it because you're the newbie and I'm not. Bose, you just got here. You just got here, and you better hope in these next couple of seasons you won't be next. I mean, you won't be up for grabs because you will. Anyway, Amanda asks, can there be disagreement without conflict? That's all she was saying. Erica says no. Of course, your lying, scamming, cheating, conniving ass who stole from old people will say no. Or was it, I'm sorry, was it elderly or was it families? I'm sorry, the other one stole from the elderly people. You and your husband stole from families. So if you steal, you will lie. If you lie, you'll cheat. And we've seen you out of control. The only reason you're calm now because nobody's in your business. And you're not dealing with the courts. Anyway. So Amanda said, you say speak and have intention. She said, you say, you speak, and you have the intention. You have the intention to hear each other when there is no huge conflict. Basically, everybody say what they need to say. The person speaking, I'm listening, and while I'm listening, whether I agree or disagree, I can agree or I can disagree with you without it being a conflict. That's all I'm saying. So both think that they need to have a conversation. She said in her confessional that they need to have a conversation and push edges. No, you're just trying to push drama. You guys are trying to produce this show, and you're doing all of this so y'all can have a moment. And if I was Amanda, I would never, and I say this, I would never give y'all a moment. Because y'all don't deserve it. Not off of me. I will make you hoes, you old bitches, work for a check. Anyway. So Bose thinks that Amanda wants to control how people feel. She's not trying to control how y'all should feel. She's just telling y'all can say whatever y'all want. It's just in y'all tone and in the manner that y'all come at me. Come at me respectfully. You have a decent conversation like you got some sense, then I got an answer for you. And if you don't, then I ain't got nothing for you. So Rachel again decides to deflect. So she's so hurt because of her divorce was outed, and she was like, I'm just not good. So you just went ahead and turned all of this around on you. She starts to cry. She put her glasses on, and immediately Dorit gets up and hugs her. And I feel like Dorit did that to show Kyle I can be somewhat of a better friend. I am a good friend. Look at me, go and hug her. I feel like that's why she did that. I'm sorry. There is no good intentions in none of these women, especially Dorit Bowles. I give Erica a pass this episode, but them, So Bowles said in her confessional, for all the stoicism, fabulosity, etc., Rachel is human, and so this divorce is gonna cut deep. In a way, they validated her feelings. Now, while I'm glad that they did that, but Bowles, when y'all talked about Amanda losing her child and the fact that y'all didn't know, you had zero remorse. You was like, I lost a child, and bitch, you just lost these 2 eggs. God forgive me, because she pissed me off. I do feel like the way y'all comfort people is sometimes the very way that, is going to stick on you. And I really try my damnedest not to be that type of person. But you had no remorse. You made it seem like maybe she was putting on for the camera, so she didn't want to answer Dorit. But at the same time, that lady lost her kid 3 years ago. She's lost her kid 3 years ago. Somebody could say that about you. I lost my kid, and I think your kid was supposed to be older than Layel. And you lost that baby years ago. But you want Amanda, you just, in your confessional, you felt like the way you said it, it shouldn't matter to Amanda. But this raggedy hoe over here crying about a divorce to a man she had not been with for a while now. And you feel like, oh my God, she's just going through so much grief and so much this and so much that. And it's like, this has clearly shown me that y'all have picked Amanda, the person to be picked on. because y'all picked Amanda, the person to be picked on, because she's the youngest, she's new, just like Rachel. But since Rachel has more money and more of an upper echelon, and she matters somewhere in those circles, y'all are not going to go hard on Rachel. Y'all gonna stay hard on Amanda. So as long as y'all stay hard on Amanda, I'm going to stay hard on y'all. Point blank in the period. So at this point, as I'm looking at Amanda's face, she looked very much checked out. Kyle said that Dorit is in a negative place, which I agree. And yeah, so again, it's been decided. Amanda is the person that they're gonna throw to the fire. Amanda is the new Stacy or Angel. I'm just saying, she's gonna be the Stacy or the Angel, whichever one y'all want to pick. That's gonna be Amanda. Hate her, love her, whatever. You can feel how y'all can feel how the hell y'all want to feel about Amanda, but I'm here for right. And that shit is wrong what they doing. That is wrong. They're trying to produce a show. And if I was Amanda, I wouldn't give them nothing. Even her being cautious on what she say to Kyle, because she's going to turn it into mess. I really hope she grabs some balls and wear these hoes out. Moving along. Anyway, Rachel and Kathy. So I'm over this whole conversation about people not being judged. She was like, am I being judged? And I'm looking at her like, Rachel, girl, shut up. So we get to Bose and Keely, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't have it in me to care, because you don't have it in you to care about this lady in her situation, which she lost her kid. So her not only losing her kid was a twin. So now I have to mourn the loss of the kid on his birthday, right? But mourn the loss of the baby. As I look at the baby, my other kid that's still alive, I have to think about the other baby, because they were twins. And then a couple days later is, the baby who's alive, that baby's birthday. But there are so many things, and it's only been 3 years. There are people who still struggle. My mom's birthday was last week. Upcoming, March 4th is the day my mom passed, and that was 13 years ago. That'll be 13 or 14 years. I gotta check again, y'all. But it's still hard. I don't allow it to control me, but it's still hard. So, yeah. I don't know. I don't like it. So, Dorit, Sutton, and Rachel meet up. They're still talking about Amanda and how she's so opinionated. And I'm like, one-upper, I will give y'all that. I will give y'all the fact that this lady always got to feel like, I've gotten more, I've done this, and I've done that. And it's probably because she feels insecure next to y'all. And that's not a y'all problem, that's an Amanda problem. But at the same time, she didn't say anything wrong when it came to Dorit. Like, they feel like, Rachel feels like Amanda needs to apologize. To whom? And for what? Kyle meets with Amanda. They think Dorit is tripping, and I agree. But as I stated, if I was Amanda, I wouldn't have said anything. So Rachel, Sutton, and Dorit is down for seeing who the real Amanda is. It seems as though Amanda, for me, as I look at it, is non-confrontational. And Dorit is now going in on how she's always protected Kyle and all of the things. Well, girl, if you wanted to air out the dirty laundry, if you wanted to, put these things, because it feels to me that you have a lot of things that you want to say about Kyle because you're so pissed off at her. Go ahead and say it. But at this point, I just need Dorit to get over herself. Anyway, y'all, that is all I got. Sorry for the rant and a rave, but I'm going to take up for her. As long as these hoes is still running, being unfair, I'm going to stand up for what's right. So anyway, this is your girl Kiwan, reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.